Let's do this thing. Nate Burleson, Peter Schrager, Kyle Brandt. Playoff pictures are shaped. We have them. We'll show you them, the highlights. And we've got lots of fallout here Monday after the finale to the regular season. It's a big show. It's one of our most memorable shows of the year, in my opinion. But it is now time for... Hi, Kyle.
Hello, Adams.
How you doing?
Ready to roll.
Let's do it. It's time for the lead block.
Time for the lead block. So, Kate, Peter, and Nate, the New York Giants won a football game yesterday against the Cowboys, which means that if Washington loses, the Giants are going to the playoffs. But Washington says, the hell with that. If we win, we're going to the playoffs. So they go to Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's Alex Smith versus Jalen Hurts. Down 10-0 early. Jalen Hurts starts taking over, baby. Whoop! Nice. Juke! Touchdown, Philadelphia. Hashtag spoiler. Giants fans going crazy for Jalen Hurts. Now 10-7. Is he going to do it again? That ferocious pass rush be damned. He steps up. The Eagles are winning, and we got it gritty. Was it as good as Kirk Cousins' gritty yesterday? The people can decide that. But Chase Young et al. Bomb it. 14-10 now. Look at this catch. Logan Thomas goes up and gets it.
Quarterback?
Woo, no, yes, the Irving Gunn quarterback. Nate, what do you always say? Helmet or higher?
Talk about it.
Way higher. Great play. Smith to Thomas, all smiles. But it's going to start getting really strange. Third quarter, 4th and goal. They're going to go for it, even though they're down 3. Doug says, let's go. Jalen Hurts is going to be flushed from the pocket. He's got a man open, and he one-hops him. All right, so you turn it over. That's fine. Oh, well, he's still playing well. He's got 2 touchdowns on the day, right? He'll live to fight another down. No, he won't. They got benched, and meanwhile, Giants players are saying, what in God's green earth is Jalen Hurts not in the game? Nate Sudfeld was put in for Jalen Hurts, benched.
What? And
so maybe Sudfeld has got something Peterson knows about. He's going to uncork one. Nope, that's not it. Intercepted, kind of an easy interception, and that's Jeremy Reeves. Then he drops the snap. Chase Young picks it up. Giants Nation is freaking out, saying, where is Jalen Hurts? It's wild. So Sudfeld, interception, bump. This is on his first 2 series, guys. Back-to-back series. It was real strange, real bad. And Washington, as Jalen Hurts sits there watching. All right, so here's the thing. Washington's going to the playoffs. Congratulations to Ron Rivera and everything. They win 20-14 and join the ranks of teams sub 500 going to the Yoffs, as they say. 2014 Panthers lost divisional. 2010 Seahawks lost divisional. What does lost divisional mean? That means 1 wild card. We'll find out what happens next week with Washington. A lot to unpack with Philadelphia. But first, Mike Giardi was talking to a very animated and very Mike Garafolo. Thank you, Peter. We have 2 Mike G's on this network. We're talking to Chase Young after the win.
All right, Chase, the Eagles said they didn't want this to be a T-shirt and hat game. I see a T-shirt. How does it feel to have won the division there?
Man, I see a T-shirt too. But no, I feel good, man. We came out here. You know, we had our ups and downs, but at the end of the day, I feel like we got it done as a team. I feel like I'm going back to the brotherhood, man, and we never took our foot off the gas. We just kept going. And I feel like that's been our motto since the whole season, for real. Just keep going.
Saturday night, under the lights, your first playoff game. Now you get to go chase Tom Brady. How much does that excite you?
It's go time. Go time. You know, you get this far. Why stop now?
It sure is go time. And speaking of Tom Brady, Falcons, Buccaneers, 299th career regular season start passes Brett Favre for most in NFL history. All right, Mike Evans, we know he's a beast. Back-to-back 100-yard games, 100 reception seasons. And here he is, making plays again. He was on his way to being the eighth season with 1,000 yards, which would have been the most to start your career off. Yeah. It was him and Randy Moss, and he doesn't get the respect he deserves, and I'm going to give him his flowers. But speaking of Mike Evans, this was tough right here. It was hard to see, hard to watch. He tried to get up. He crumbled, went back down. I want you to take another look at it. It looks kind of like he hyperextended his leg. Look at the left knee. It just kind of pops awkwardly in and out. And then he walks to the sideline. Unfortunate. We'll keep you posted on what's going on with Mike Evans throughout the rest of the week. Hopefully he'll be okay for the playoffs because they do need him. Tom Brady, though, didn't look like he needed him, though, because he was making plays all over the place. Chris Godwin had himself a day. A couple of really good catches, some toe drag swag in this one. And that right there was a quick little drive route over the middle. He dropped off a dime. And watch Tom Brady right here. Tom Brady is going to buy a little time and use his legs. Okay. He gets it to who? Antonio Brown. That Antonio Brown experiment is taking shape. He's having fun. He's making plays. Tom Brady out here willing and dealing at the end of the season. The Bucs are heating up at the right time. They win 37-20. They win 44-27. Let's hear from Tom Brady after the win.
Whatever happens, for me as a quarterback is reflective of what our group does on offense. And I love playing with the guys I play with. We got a great group of receivers, great group of tight ends, very selfless. The backs have done an incredible job. And the way the offensive line is playing and protecting gives any quarterback a great opportunity. So it's got to keep it going. We got a big one next week. It all comes down to one game. It's now that the regular season's over, it's about, it's one football game. Who plays well, who executes when the pressure's on.
Very well. Here are the matchups for the wild card round in the NFC. Bears take on the Saints. The Rams head to Seattle. Can't wait for that. Washington hosts Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Ooh, Brady against that D-line. That's fun. Guys, congrats to the Washington football team. We'll give them their flowers, as Nate is saying all throughout the show. But, they're the NFC East champs. Who would have thought? Everyone, though, this morning talking about the Eagles, their decision to rest players. Am I watching a preseason game, Shregs, or am I watching Week 17?
I've got a terrible taste in my mouth because it was just an amazing season. We played every game in the regular season. It came down to the final moment, and that is not how football should be played. I think a lot of Giants fans are upset, but I think just fans of football. I stayed up after 12 hours of watching football to midnight last night to watch how the season unfolds, and the Eagles gave us that, which to me was not fair to the fans. It was not fair to the other teams. It was not fair to the Giants, and obviously I don't feel great for the Eagles players themselves. 4th and 3. Here we go. We're going for it. I actually like this. It's like, what do we have to lose? We're a 4-10-1 team. Jalen Hurts looking for it. Incomplete. Okay, everyone at home is saying, why not kick the field goal? Just tie the game and live another down. All right, I like it. This is Doug Peterson. He kind of plays this way. Let's go. But then it starts rearing its ugly head, and what are we doing here? We're taking out Jalen Hurts, who... I would have liked to have seen Jalen Hurts in a big game. I don't know. I would have liked to have seen how he responded down 3. They benched Jalen Hurts. They put in Nate Sudfeld. The explanation made no sense. Sudfeld looked subpar. And yes, Kyle, Giants fans were openly questioning it. Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth are openly questioning it, saying this stinks. And you know what? This is the kind of question I have. It's in Philly. If the Eagles fans were in the building, how would have this been received? I could imagine outrage. And I don't think they would have done it. I don't think Peterson would have had the courage to do it. And I don't know if Peterson was doing it on his own or if Peterson was taking this orders from someone else. But this is not fair to the rest of the league. And I don't know. Peterson got asked about it afterwards. Here's what he had to say.
Did you have input from Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman on that decision? Or was that only your decision? And were you coaching to win tonight?
Yes, I was coaching to win. Yes, that was my decision solely. Nate has obviously been here for 4 years, and I felt that he deserved an opportunity to get some snaps.
All right, so the Eagles get the 6th pick instead of the 10th pick. It helps them with their draft status. I'm sick to my stomach over it. Congratulations to Washington. They had an amazing season. They belong in the playoffs. But I just hated how the season ended. And you know what? The NFL could have put Rams versus Cardinals in that Sunday night game. They could have put Bears versus Packers. The NFL put 4-10-1 Philadelphia Eagles in a game to end the season. And you know what? That's how it went.
Peter, you're emotional. I can tell.
We devote our lives to covering this sport, and I think the players everyone did such a good job making sure we got 256 in. I hated the finale, the final game, ended that way.
And people in New York and New Jersey really emotional too. And people on the New York Giants really emotional. Let's run through some of these tweets that were coming down last night as the game is going on. Darius Slayton again, straight up, this is sickening. No punchline. Next, who else weighed in? Golden Tate, I think the Eagles just hate us more than Washington. That's the only thing that can make sense, right? And how about out of the clouds? Retired Eli Manning, this is why we don't like the Eagles. Ooh. And they weren't jokes. Like, they were really serious. Understand, Nate Sudfeld, this is not Fitzpatrick coming in for Tua. Nate Sudfeld has not had a snap in 3 years. He doesn't play. You're trying to lose the game. You're trying to lose the game. There's no other explanation. And Peterson saying, well, no, you're not. You're not trying to win. You're trying to get the 6th pick. Peterson also said, well, Hurts was still out there and Brandon Graham was still out there. And they're not the quarterback. Slay had already had 2 touchdowns, Jalen Hurts had already had. He was the only chance that you had in this game. And yet, like, he's probably going to say, look, we want the 6th pick. I don't care. And at the end of a game, at the end of a losing season, I want the 6th pick. And there's a logic to that. It's usually not how it's done. I will say this for the Giants fans who are screaming and crying, you're 6-10 team. Like, I have no sympathy for you at all that you should have won 7 games and you would have won. You won 6 and you didn't. I don't sympathize with them, but wild finish. I've never seen this before.
What
ever.
do the Eagles owe to the Giants, you know?
Yeah,
That's how
no,
I think
nothing.
a lot of fans see it. You're letting in one division rival over the other.
Not to the Giants. The argument is they owe it to their fans, they owe it to the company, they owe it to the league to play the game to win.
Integrity of the game.
Yeah, maybe.
Owe it to the game. Full transparency. So I wake up at 7. I head over to CBS.
Okay.
I'm there from 8 to 8. It's a long day.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. And I get home. I'm watching the game. I'm having a conversation with my wife, my kids about the Eagles and Jalen Hurts. And, oh, man, he looks good. He's not throwing the ball too well, but he got a couple of touchdowns on the ground. This could be the quarterback for the future. I hear that Carson Wentz wants to leave. I'm laying in bed. I'm out. I just couldn't stay up. Tell myself I'm going to wake up and watch the highlights.
Okay.
We get on our production call. And you're like, Nate. Peter says, Nate, wait. You don't